Hi guys, welcome to week 7. This is a really fun week because we're talking about popular culture. If you can believe it, there are a lot of people that study popular culture, and that is their whole life. So it's a really fun topic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. The writing assignments this week should be kind of fun. For the discussion forum, it's talking about TV shows broadcasting outside the U.S. And then for your reading assignment, you need to read couple articles about the TV show The Office and how there's a lot of different international versions, and talking about, is it the same show? How did they adapt it differently for different cultures? And you'll watch some video clips with that, so that should be really fun. So within this, we want to say, well, why do we talk about popular culture in terms of intercultural communication? Well, a lot of what we know about everything in life comes from the media, and especially places that we've never been to or cultures that we've never interacted with. We learn about them from the media, and this is true. For example, if you watch a show about a hospital, you've probably learned a lot about how a hospital culture works just by watching Grey's Anatomy or TV shows like that. And so it's very complex, popular culture, and people often will talk about that they're worried about the effects of popular culture on everyone, kids watching too much violent content, but yet at the same time they're so concerned about it, but they don't really take the time to think about what it is and how it comes out. So within this, we're going to talk about American culture going abroad, and also what kind of things you've learned from other countries' popular culture. So you saw the list. American TV shows and movies and other content is immensely popular abroad. It's a little ironic because generally attitudes towards the US or across the world are pretty negative. Yet at the same time, people are consuming a lot of US media. And so there's a little bit of a paradox there. You could imagine that it's a good thing for the American government's image abroad to have this sort of content going all over the world, but at the same time, do we really want the Real Housewives of New York representing America to people all over the world? Because that's what people are seeing. So this is sort of something for you to think about. So in talking about what is pop culture, and this is also known as low culture because it's what most people know about or most people are exposed to. So TV, popular magazines, pop music, this is things that a lot of people are exposed to is within this category. There's 4 characteristics of pop culture. First, it's produced by cultural industries. So you've heard of the movie industry or the music industry or the magazine industry. It's different from folk culture. Folk culture are traditional rituals that maintain cultural identity. And also pop culture is everywhere, and it fulfills a social function. So people negotiate their relationship to pop culture in different ways, but we're not passive receivers of it. We don't just sit down and watch Teen Mom and just let it wash over us like a wave. We think about it. We think about people in our lives that have been in those situations. We think about our own lives, and we think about the societal impacts. So we are actually active receivers of popular culture. So going to the next topic, even though within the US there's a lot of American-generated popular culture, there is also pop culture from other places. So, for example, the James Bond movies are British, but they're quite popular within the US. Also, Japanese anime is very popular in the US now. It was not generated here, but it's become very popular. Probably in your own childhood, a lot of the characters that you really liked, Pokemon or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they originated in Japan and came to the US. And that's been a phenomenon since the 80s. And we also had these different kinds of imperialism. We had media imperialism, which is dominance or control through the media; electronic colonialism, which is domination or exploitation through technological forms; and cultural imperialism, which is domination through the spread of cultural products. And sometimes as I was saying before, American images are welcomed by other countries, and sometimes they're not. And there's really no way to know about what the impact of popular culture is. But we do know that certainly people all over the world understand America through these forms. So there's also a movement to resist popular culture. So sometimes people avoid popular culture for particular reasons. They say, oh, I do not watch reality TV. That's trash. And that they're making a statement that they don't want to be a part of it. Within popular culture, too, we have to talk about that particular groups are represented in particular ways. Now, certainly as the internet has emerged and with cable TV and many more choices, there is a much greater diversity of minority representation on TV. Whereas 20 or 30 years ago, when there were only 3 stations, perhaps there were only 4 African American characters on TV and they fit a particular stereotype. Whereas today we have a lot of different channels, a lot of different messages, but it's still not perfect. So as you can imagine, for people that had limited exposure to different groups, the impact of popular culture can be much greater. So stereotypes of ethnic groups that are on TV can really have a huge impact. And that considering that the way that people are portrayed on TV is going to have a big impact, you could imagine that there's a great responsibility by the media industry maybe to have a better representation of the wider variety of groups. And you can think that this is especially important for children who might be getting their first exposure to different ethnic groups via TV. And so if what they're being exposed to is stereotypical or racist, that is going to have a major impact on them. So hopefully this was some interesting food for thought and you enjoyed this chapter. I will see you in the discussion forums.